Hello. How are we doing? We having a good day? Yeah. I'm having quite a good day. I just get named Orange Employee of the Month. Don't clap. Don't know why I did that. So my name's Ray. I'm ginger, and as you can tell, all right, harsh. And as you can tell by my accent, I'm an alcoholic. And yeah, like, when I do stand-up, I just kind of talk about why I like doing it. I like doing stand-up because it's fun, because you get to chat to people and you get to make it awkward for them. One of my proudest moments in life is when I'm from Glasgow, right, and I was doing a gig in Glasgow, and there's a couple in the front row, and I went to the guy, "What's your name?" He went, "I'm Stephen." I went, "Okay, Stephen, how long have you been going out with your girlfriend?" He was like, "About 3 months." I went, "How old are you, Stephen?" He went, "I'm 18. I was like, "Okay. Is it going well?" He was like, "Yeah, I think so." I went, "Okay, Stephen, I'm going to ask you a question. Is she the one?" Yeah, I'm a great guy. And people kind of made that noise, apart from Stephen, who looked at me as if to say, "I'm going to kick your head in." I was like, "Come on, Stephen, you've not answered the question. Is she the one?" And this is the best answer you can ever get. He just looked up at me and went, "Well, she's pregnant, so I guess she's got to be." You can't beat that. It was amazing. And when I do stand-up, I talk a lot about my family, because I don't have kids. I don't have any of that kind of stuff. I've done stand-up from when I was kind of younger. I've just recently turned 24. On the same day my face turned 31, which was nice, because no one ever believes my real age. And what I do is I talk about my family because I live with my little brother, and the sisters are here. You guys, who's the oldest? And do you ever tell her she's adopted? Yeah, you definitely should. If you've got a younger brother or sister, tell them they're adopted all the time. It's the most fun you can have. My little brother Mark is 2 years younger than me, and I tell Mark he's adopted all the time. Like, we live in a flat now, and he'll send me a text saying, "Can you buy some bread on the way home?" And I'll send him a text saying, "No, we bought you." It's just a bit of banter. And my family are brilliant. I love my family to bits, but my mum's a lovely woman, but she's incredibly simple. Incredibly simple. It was her birthday on Thursday, and on Monday I went shopping with her, and I was like, "Mum, what would you like for your birthday?" And she was like, "Oh, well, a lot of the girls in work have been talking about this new book." And I was just like... And I went, "Mum, please do not tell me you're going to ask me for 50 Shades of Grey." And she went, No. I've read that." And I was like, "Well, what's the name of the book then?" And she went, "Well, a lot of the girls at work have been talking about it. I don't know the author, but I know the name of the book." And I was like, "That's fine, I'll just Google it and buy it. What's it called?" And she said, "Kindle." Right? This is the woman that we're dealing with in this story, right? And the worst thing I've ever done in my life is, when my brother was 18, for his 18th birthday, 2 days before that, I phoned my mate Chris up. And my mate Chris is a graphic designer. And we spent 4 hours creating an adoption certificate. I told you I'm a great guy. To post to my brother to open on his 18th birthday. Now, some of you are looking at me and going, "That's horrible." Other people going, "Evil genius." And I'll explain what happened, right? My brother's birthday was a Saturday morning. I've gone back to my mum and dad's house, and I'm sitting down in the living room from 5:30 in the morning. I'm not going to miss out on this. This is going to be the greatest day of my life, right? My mum comes down, my dad comes down, eventually my brother comes down. He's a bit hungover. And the reason I did this is because I'm the middle child. I've got a big sister and a younger brother. And when I was growing up, I always felt like a bit excluded. And like my sister and my brother always had a big room, and I lived in a cupboard and that kind of stuff. So I've always kind of had that chip on my shoulder. So, we cut to the Saturday morning. My mum comes down the stairs, right, and hands my brother the mail that's come that day. There's about 5 quite clear birthday cards, you can see the shape, and 1 big envelope. And my brother goes, "I'll take the envelope." So I'm thinking, jackpot, let's do this. And he opens it up, and what he reads is, it says something like this. "Congratulations, Mark. Now that you're 18, it is time to trace your real birth mother and father." I'm like 500 miles away from home, so I can use his real name for once as well, which is good. So he's just reading it like that, and he's quite shocked. And obviously, because he was happy when he came down the stairs, his body language has changed quite a lot, and he catches my mum's attention. And my mum goes, "What's wrong?" And instead of Mark just reading it to her or handing it to her, he holds it up from the other side of the room So my mum has to read this like a typewriter. And you can see her head go. And then when she'd finished reading it, my mum started to cry. So now my brother's shitting himself. Meanwhile, I'm sitting on the other sofa going, I don't think my mum's in on this. Have I just uncovered some horrible family secret? And do you know that way you get like a good angel and a bad angel on your shoulder? And one of them's like, you have to stop this. Please, why are you letting this go on? And the other one's like, fuck it, let's see what happens. So I just sat there and I said nothing. My brother, his voice is shaking and all that stuff. And he's like, Mum, what's wrong? And my mum went, I just didn't know. So now my brother's in Venezuela trying to find his real dad. And I've got a bigger room. So I think we all know who won that battle. Also, I told my brother like what I did, and he pretended he was cool with it. But that night we went for a night out for his birthday, and he tried to glass me twice. So he definitely isn't. So what we decided to do was we called a truce, right? So we don't play practical jokes on each other anymore. We focused on playing jokes on my mum and dad, right? Because if they got a fright, one of them might die, and we'll get insurance money to the class, right? You're clapping that. Sort your life out. Mine was a joke. You're morbid. So the most recent one, right? My dad was 60 in April, and my dad does not understand technology. He's not a kind of very modern man. He's old. He was a farmer until he was 30. He's that kind of guy, right? So me and my brother had a chat about what we were going to do, and we decided to get my birthday card from. Do you know the website Moonpig? Yeah, right. We went on the website Moonpig. Nothing fancy about this birthday card. Just a massive picture of my dad's face. That's all it was, right? So we handed it over to him. Oh, there you go. And he opened it up, and he was just this. Showed it to my mum. He did that thing that old people do and put it to the light, just to make sure. And then he looked up at me and my brother and went, "Where did you get this?" And then my brother, with a really straight face, just went, "Clinton's." So we told him that's the reason they went into administration. Because of his big ugly face. Because my dad's a very funny man. He's a very socially awkward man as well. Like, growing up, I never got the sex chat. And that all changed about 11 months ago when he decided the time was right to tell me about the birds and the bees, right? I was back seeing my mum. It was about this time last year, maybe. And he came home from his work Christmas night out. And you know if you're going to work Christmas night out, you get unnecessarily drunk because you don't like the people you're with. So you drink to take the pain away. And he came home, he was drunk. And I was sitting in the living room. He was like, "Ray, come into the kitchen." I was like, "Okay." And he was like, "I'm going to tell you about the birds and the bees." So I was thinking, nice one. This is going to be hilarious. No, disgusting. Because bear in mind, I've waited all my life for this chat, right? And this is my dad sat me down, 100% word for word, this is the advice he gave me. He sat me down and he said, "Listen, Ray," that's me. He said, "Listen, don't trust a girl who's good at blowjobs." That's never gone silent like that before, ever, by the way. You sound like you want to hear this advice. I'll impart my wisdom. I felt like Gandhi for a minute, but like, I'm not sure Gandhi would preach about blowjobs, but he looked like he might enjoy one. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's get back to the joke, and I'll probably think about what I did later. That's fine. So he said, "Listen, Ray, don't trust a girl who's good at blowjobs, because you don't know why she's still single." And then he got up and left the room. And that kind of creeped me out, because the more I thought about that, one, my dad's chatting to me about blowjobs, and two, Now I know my mum shit at them. Whenever I tell that joke, I'm very conscious of not licking my lips. Also, you nearly very much put me off because when I said don't trust a girl who's not good at blowjobs because she's single, you pointed at her. And, so we'll talk later. Yeah, I'll just finish off with something like one quick last story about something that's happened recently. My gran passed away, so I've been spending a lot more time with my grandpa, and I'm trying to teach him how to use the internet. And has anyone here tried to teach an old person how to use the internet? Oh, it's absolutely soul destroying, right? And I showed him Google and stuff like that, and he just doesn't understand it. He keeps on going to books to find out information. I'm like, just type it in, you fucking idiot. But I lost my temper with him because he asked me to set him up an email account, and most people have done this. You go name, address, blah, blah, blah. And the last bit is, what would you like your secret question to be? So, usual secret questions are things like, what is your mum's maiden name? What was your first pet's name? Basic stuff like that. I went, Grandpa, what would you like your secret question to be? He had to think about it. He went, how about, what is the name of the road from Oban to Fort William? And I went, do you know that answer? And he went, no. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you very much. Cheers.
That's right.